Williams and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang.
You shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are back up and running. That's a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. That will come to the number one program, The Ground Report. And Moon Sammy 007 to the alley. The Ginger Marad, Sandy Jones, you're back up. Stefan, good morning to you, Ram Sarup. Carmen, good morning to Rat Mohan. Ann Williams. Parup, how are you going? Ronald, a pleasant good morning to you. Jason, Abraham, a pleasant good morning to you. David, Sammy, good morning. Bisnak Prasad, good morning with Ginger Mirage, good morning Tyra, Brandon. Just Cool, a pleasant good morning to you. Janice Andrews, Alfred, good morning. Kabul, good morning to you. Tom Ford, good morning. Nadira, a pleasant good morning to you. Peter Samlal Singh, good morning to you. Michael, a pleasant good morning to you. Pringala Mohan, good morning. Nadira. Betty Gotigo, a pleasant good morning. Desmond Khan, good morning. Anne-Marie Amin, good morning. Azal Khan, a pleasant good morning to you. I remember. So make a game, I call the time I tell you today. Very interesting topic and very interesting information that you bring. Hey Rick, a good morning to you, Rick. Balraj, good morning. Mala, a pleasant good morning. Michael Scotland, good morning to you. Ram Prasad, good morning. Heather, yes. Ravi Nanan, how are you going? You is trouble, you know, but respectable though. Good morning to you. Whether your views are different to us, again, it's not about personalities, it's about the issues. You and Pretty Sherry have a kind of very smart, disrespectful way. You know what I'm all saying? Enough to be hired, but not overdoing it to get fired. Very smart. Them smart man thing come from the PNM, you know. That's why all about all this PNM. Well, they're so smart that all they don't deal with a country. All they always even personalities or some kind of party and to feed everybody else but all their own people. And then all they always have all the great ideas. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. Implementation always sucks with the PNM. And when somebody else implement, all they can be the chest says, it was we idea. An idea is nothing unless it is. You bring it to flourishing.
If our God is with us, then what can stand again?
Not so, Ravi? Annie, how are you going? A pleasant good morning. Ambrong here, good morning. Ambrong Pinraj, good morning. Lenny, a pleasant good morning to you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Bang, bang, bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Hey, Faisal Hossein, good morning to you. Yeah, nice shirt. I didn't pull my jacket yet. Like I'm going on later. All in easy now. Hey, Rick, good morning. Hey, Matilda Rhodes, a pleasant good morning to you. And me, Amin, good morning. Marilyn Chicharan, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey, Damian Vincent, good morning. Hey, Donovan Garcia, a pleasant good morning. Sir Roger, a pleasant good morning to you, Kishan. Krishna, good morning to you. Oh boy, Tom Ford, I tell you morning ready. Daro, a pleasant good morning to you. Raquel, good morning. Janelle, good morning. Donald Rilal, good morning to you. Sita, good morning. Hey Maharaj, good morning to you. Oh boy, Mary, good morning. Marlene, good morning. Hey Audrey, good morning. Corbin, good morning. Arnold, good morning. Hey Gemma, good morning. Sandra, good morning to you. D'Souza, good morning. Paul Danielson, good morning. Mike, good morning, Mike. John, good morning. Nigel Black, good morning to you. Abraham, good morning. Charmaine, good morning. Jason, good morning to you. Zebrangani, a pleasant good morning. Joyce Ram, good morning. Carol, good morning to you. Earl, good morning. Chan Kisoon, good morning. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. As I'm on the topic of PNM, not now but always, from since every other government come in power and implement something, it always, that was we idea. That was we idea. Great with ideas, but when it comes to implementation, including the highway to Point 14, that was the idea too, eh? But who implemented it? Come on now, man. I said a waste of time, waste of time. Hey, Wasam Ali, a pleasant good morning to you. Kara, Black Chinese, good morning. Patricia Reed, good morning. Princess Tong, good morning. That's what we talking about. Hey, hey.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Trinidad and Tobago, no truly the Pitbull radio. And a real vex. You know, I always vex. And principle is principle. Right now, I'm in front of the constituency office of Brian Manning. Patrick Manning, the late Patrick Manning's son. And real disappointed in him. And I want to believe Patrick Manning will be turning in the grave. Imagine the San Fernando, the mayor of San Fernando are technically complimenting and happy for the continuation of the port of the San Fernando waterfront. You understand? Brian Manning mentioned that that is his father's idea, and this is that, and it will come to your father. Alright? But Mr. Brian Manning, even if that is your father's idea, even if it's the late Patrick Manning idea, when you're supposed to be praising the government for coming with your father idea, eh? With your father idea, coming with your father idea and implementing it. You was part of a government for 10 years and not Imbert, not Rowley, not Cummins, not none of the PNM wanted to implement your father great idea that you're talking about. You know, when you're thinking. A man, the PNM leader, former leader, Dr. Christopher Rowley, mentioned that he went liquor to for a man who paid out of the car. Remember? All kind of thing. Hit your father's spray blow. Today your father gone. Admit and walking Wobia to throw away your father or to kill your father. And today you in bed with the same man that admit that he hit your father a bad spirit. Come on, man, Brian Manning. You could never be Patrick Manning's son. Playing talk bad manners. You could. That's why I find you resemble Ken Valley. Brian Manning, you resemble Ken Valley. You could never be Patrick Manning's son, boy. You understand? Ungratefulness is worse than witchcraft, and Manning should leave the grave with a cocaine broom, with steel piss, and beat you all over. That's why you're looking like a piece of pork. That's why you might lose your visa when you come to go in America, because Trump don't want to obese people in the country again. Yeah. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, I also come to deal with the Honorable Member of Parliament, Patrick Manning's son, Brian Manning, right in front of the constituency office, as you all see. Right in front of the constituency office. Again, Brian Manning, your government before never find it fit to implement your father's dream that you say that this government take. Never. And he said you compliment the government. You talking about the thief, your father idea and all them things. Watch out, this PNM spit out your father, and if it is that is your father idea that the UNC going with or the new government going with to implement, you're supposed to be supporting, boy, not against. So then my quick question to you, are you Patrick Manning's son or Ken Valley's son? Because something had to be wrong with you. Your head ain't good. I gone. Trinidad and Tobago, no truly the Pitbull radio. And a real vex. You know, I always vex. And principle is principle. Right now, I'm in front of the constituency office of Brian Manning. Patrick Manning, the late Patrick Manning's son. And real disappointed in him. And I want to believe Patrick Manning will be turning in the grave. Imagine the San Fernando, the mayor of San Fernando.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, the next bacchanal that are brewing at this point in time, it's all over. That the largest aircraft carrier in the world are in the Caribbean waters. That Maduro have mobilized 200,000 soldiers in the wake of that happening. What says thou to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago? What's on your front, brother? Otherwise, let me say a pleasant good morning to 648 Television Reverend Felix, your wife, all of you, a pleasant good morning to you. To those of you that are locked on to us in Deep South, lock on to the Ground Report program, the #1 program. Whether you see just Point 410 Library, Palaseco, or where in Deep South you are, you choose the right forum and the right program to lock on to. With yours truly, the Pitbull of radio in studio. Good morning to you, Deep South. And all areas in Deep South. Oh boy, let me hook up there because remember we had a little problem earlier. So let me just get you all going. By the meanwhile, I'll go into the headliners and them. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Good morning, Andy. Lennox and Mickie. As usual, it's a cold morning in Orlando. Andy, my front burner is Rav Gonzalez getting all in HDC house for his family. We now need to go after Rav Gonzalez because there's an election coming on and we need to spread the news in his country. Someone need to go talk about all the corruption Ralph Gonzalez and the PNM and show how he's a corrupted politician. So we have to spread the news like wildfire because there's an election coming in this country pretty soon. So we have to spread the message. Ralph Gonzalez is a corrupted politician and we need to spread the news. Okay, Annie? Later. Bye.
Morning, Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, the Ground Report listeners. This morning I'm listening Anel on Facebook. And man, I now realize why Zona peace leaders love the PNM so. Very, very revealing. Very, very revealing. I feel I should try to get on to Mr. Roberts and get some insight. I don't know if he might be able to talk to earlier because, and the thing about it, Mr. Andy, these newspaper that we have, I very much doubt any of them will highlight what Mr. Anel Roberts talk about. Bless. Good morning, Ground Report. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, the Ground Report listeners. This morning, my friend Burner is concerning the revelation of the great, the mighty Anel Roberts. Man, that is one powerful man. That is a brave, brave warrior. Andy, that man, you and that man could shake hands because I know you is a strong warrior also. Yeah. That revelation, I don't know how much of the dailies will cover it because, for one, because Mr. Roberts does expose the media in our country, many times he make wonderful contribution in the Senate and they do not cover it. I remember listening to Stephen a day on his Facebook post, and he was saying, the kind of revelation that Arnold talked about in the Senate, the next day he didn't see nothing about it. And I don't know if he affiliated to what, but he normally reads the Newsday on his program. So I don't know if any of this will come out, but for Mr. Roberts to talk about this without having parliamentary privileges, as that he does always say, listen, he do only deal with the facts. He don't deal with hearsay, he deal with facts. So today, I want to say that is a total scandal, and I don't know how Mr. Gonzalez and his family will come out of this, because the thing about it is the HDC have rules and laws that it is clear to see that something is not right. So again, kudos to Mr. Roberts, and let's see what will happen, if we will see it on any of the papers today. Take care, guys, and bless.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, we see a new board appointed for the Rural Development Company of Trinidad and Tobago. We also know Venezuela announces massive mobilization of military forces as America's largest warship sails into the Caribbean Sea. Well, I saw too a newly built bridge. Particularly collapses in northwest China. Remember, China only building all set up bridge this. They even do the Demerara Bridge there in Guyana. Everybody saying looking good. But I see one unfolding here. I don't know AI thing. That one is real. That come from CNN itself. What did they say? Purple hydrogen to light a brighter future for Trinidad and Tobago. boy. Ghana's Ashanti King welcomes return of artifacts from the UK and South Africa. Oh boy, they say Curry operators meet ministry officials through a third party. Oh boy, on other news, same thing again. The headliners is Pentagon largest warship enters Latin America waters as U.S. tension with Venezuela rises. The president of Ukraine unveils plan to close the skies over Ukraine. Nice. Well, I've seen one here with the Express newspaper. Oh boy. It's not just pie in the sky. Jolene, they're saying groundwork for major projects already begun. Oh boy, they say here. Instead of rolling out of projects, Minister of Works and Transport Infrastructure Jolene John left. Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the program manager of the UDCOT. Well, that is not yesterday, so I want to believe that's the day before. Oh boy, let's hear.
Works and Infrastructure Minister Jolene John says the groundwork has already begun to prepare for this country's revitalization, with construction expected to start in 2026 on several billion-dollar mega-projects. The minister yesterday delivered a detailed presenta tie-in outlining some of the 129 projects to be rolled out on a phased basis under 12 development nodes. This is not just pie in the sky. We didn't just draw pretty pictures. We have world-class concepts to compete, she said during her presentation at the Diplomatic Center, St. Anne's. Specially invited guests also viewed a video presenta tie-in showing what the final transformation of Trinidad would look like. Many looked on in amazement at the designs and chuckled when John declared she did not come to play, but to work. Several key speakers participated in the launch of the Trinidad and Tobago Revitalization Blueprint yesterday, including regional investment banker Gregory Hill and international development specialist Christopher Peter Sinkler. In her presentation, John said Phase 1 of the program, projected over 2025 to 2030, would generate 50,919 jobs. The following are some of the projects highlighted in her presentation. Tamana Prison Campus. The government plans to consolidate justice services by closing prisons on Carrera Island, the Port of Spain Pre-Sun, already closed, and the Golden Grove Prison. Government proposes to open a 500-acre Tamana Prison campus that will house the maximum security prison, judicial complex, administrative services, juvenile detention center, and more. There will also be a Tamana Center for Justice with on-site courthouses and judicial buildings. Isla Carrera Resort. Plans show that Carrera Island will be repurposed into a resort featuring a 75-room boutique hotel with full amenities, bungalows, a marina, and more. National Security Complex. John said government envisions enhancing the national security apparatus by building a national security complex to serve as a premier operational and strategic headquarters. This will be centered on a 40-acre unified national security campus. She noted that Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara was in attendance and said she was sure this must be his vision come to life. Southwest Security Hub. John said there will be a full upgrade of security facilities in Cedros and surrounding areas, including improved customs and immigration offices and a border protection unit. New Port of Spain. The minister detailed plans to transform the capital city. Go big or go home, she said, revealing that the plan includes 400 acres of reclaimed land to expand the port, as other islands operate at larger capacity and TNT needs to scale up to compete. She unveiled plans for a revitalized cruise ship complex, a sea lots industrial park and free trade zone, and a modern transport hub to house the Public Transport Service Corporation, PTSC, and Inner Island Ferry. There are also plans for dry docking facilities. Farther west towards Invaders Bay, John said there are about 54 acres of reclaimed land, and government plans to reclaim another 40 acres. Construction plans include 300 premium waterfront apartments, 5-star hotels, a 400-berth marina, convention center, and international financial center, San Fernando waterfront. Plans for South Trinidad include a total transformation of the San Fernando waterfront, featuring a marina, hotels, amphitheater, and more. John proposed constructing the Plaza San Carlos on reclaimed land to create shops along the waterfront and 1,800 residences. A health city is also proposed for San Fernando to Mayro Highway. The government proposed to link the energy capital of San Fernando to Mayro with a 100-kilometer highway that is already going out to tender. We have the first phase of that road from Taruba to Princestown Alria Dai out for tender, John said. Port of Galeata. Tenders will also be issued to consolidate services under a new project in Galeata, central government campus. The government also plans to decentralize services with a 100-acre megacomplex. John reiterated that the plans are already being actioned as part of efforts to repurpose proposed sites. We are rolling out now. We are actually rolling out today. We are expecting during the construction stage. We are going to be creating over 50,919 jobs with the help of the private sector, she said. The minister provided timelines, saying that expressions of interest, AOIs, were issued via QR codes yesterday directing investors to an e-tender portal, open until mid-January. Evaluation and award of requests for proposals, RFPs, are projected for April 2026 through 2028 in different waves. She said the ministry expects boots on the ground by August 2026. John added that the ministry has established booths at the Hyatt Regency for investors seeking more information. If it is we do this the way we are laying it out today in 2030, you will not recognize this country, she said.
Very good, very good. Oh boy, that blueprint and vision of a new Trinidad and Tobago being the Delhi, being the Singapore, being the Qatar of the Western Hemisphere as a small island with island states with very strategic locations, born in real people. That is vision. That is implementation. And at least it's a blueprint in Trinidad and Tobago going forward where we can see a lot of jobs being created or will be created, and our country be looked at as it once was, as a very serious country. What the UNC government and this vision they come up with, that should have been implemented since the early days of the PNM stinking Eric Williams and the dirty PNM that destroyed this country. Those thoughts should have been there and been implemented. Had they think big like that, all know so, we'd have been bigger than Singapore, everybody. We money would have been bigger than the US dollar. That is how good it is. The standard of living in Trinidad and Tobago would have been at the utmost high. Boy, we'd have been good to go. But again, the PNM, as always, destroy this country.
Hey, good morning. I forget one more thing. Andy, when the PNM and Rowley and Stuart Small Young keep saying that Trinidad need that gas from Venezuela, need the gas from Venezuela. We have to have a gas, otherwise we cookie cook or we cookie crumbling or whatever he said. Andy, I listened carefully to an interview with the sheriff. When she named Eunice, the sheriff, whatever the she is from PNM. Was a PNM. With Wall Street last night, and Andy, the woman researched her facts and came on the program. And she said, we do not need that gas from Venezuela. It will be nice to have it, but we do not need it. We have enough of trillions of whatever BTU, whatever they call it, of gas in our own water. So Tarisha, whatever Nunes, Sarah, whatever, came on the on Wall Street program and said the truth. She explained everything. She went and researched it when Prime Minister come up. He said, we don't really need that gas. And she was talking the truth. She said it. She said Kamala was speaking the truth. The woman do not lie. She tell you everything the truth. So when all that PNM and all and Marvin when he come out of the station and keep talking at house and killing the P and all of them, tell them please go and do your research and check the facts. Trinidad do not need those guys. It's nice to have it in dragon, but we don't need it. And I'm telling you, the one came and had almost a 1 hour long interview with a great Wall Street. Listen to that was a great interview. Talk to you later, Andy. Bye.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Mikey. Good morning, Trinity Bigo. Good morning to everybody who's on the line. Andy, listen to this now. You know, Trinidad is like a drama, a real drama. But I can't even find a word to describe Trinidad. Trinidadians love real drama. Eh? Just imagine. Well, sorry, I think I seen the wrong thing, yes. But PNM is a party full of drama, you know. That's what I really wanted to say. PNM is a party full of drama. You can imagine people in this country waiting for housing for so long. Some people die and never even get a house from HTC, right? And just imagine a prime minister and his family, right? Them get housing in Trinidad, right? Just like that, boy. Just so. Why poor people in Trinidad and Tobago who've been struggling to get housing in this country, right? And many of them still waiting, right, to even get a house in this country from the government. You telling me that Ralph Gonzalez is no hand them out, man? Them not hand them out people. Those people with money. Papa you know, man. As I always say, what's this corruption? Evil? Wickedness, right? You just think about anything that is not good. That is PNM. That is PNM. It's only corruption after corruption. Oh gosh, boy, it's such a shame. You know, PNM is a blight and a curse to this nation, you know. Anyway, look, I go on this one. God bless.
Oh Lord.
Good morning, Andy. Yeah, the reason why I tell you on the voice note to call Mr. Julian John and find out who planned this is. You see where you get a full report and telling you who have the plan and what plan they decide to execute. Yeah? I like your interview video yesterday by a man, and they said going and try and get an interview and ask him why he don't lie so. Because nothing that was mentioned on your video this morning there concern anything about Patrick Manning, because Patrick Manning video for the 2020 version never had no sort of those things what they're talking about. He didn't have an idea to create job and all in his vision. So, you see, the truth coming out. Yeah. You can get a video telling you who produced that blueprint. Yeah. And when it's supposed to start.
Owns the house at Silver Oaks in Pitty Valley, because if any of your family own any house in Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent, or any other sovereign nation, they do not qualify for subsidized housing under the policy of the HDC and the Ministry of Housing in Trinidad and Tobago. So please answer these questions. Are any of your family or your wife, does he own any other property on her own or with you, Honorable Ralph Gonzalez?
I have articulated on a number of occasions that there's a three-tier relationship with you and the Venezuelan regime. One, the Gonzalez family allegedly has a property in King Garden that is leased to the Venezuelan government.
It is true that a property owned by my wife is rented by the
Venezuelan ambassador.
But that's a public thing. It is true that a property owned by my wife is rented by the
Venezuelan ambassador.
But
7.5 acres with the 39 villas.
Are you, I know there's some people who are wondering who owns the land. Are you able to share that, no?
I own the land. I could share that, yeah.
Who owns the house at Silver Oaks in Pitty Valley? Because if any of your family own any house in Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent, or any other sovereign nation, they do not qualify for subsidized housing under the policy of the HDC and the Ministry of Housing in Trinidad and Tobago. So please answer these questions. Are any of your family or your wife, does he own any other property on her own or with you, Honorable Ralph Gonzalez?
I have articulated on a number of occasions that there's a three-tier relationship with you and the Venezuelan regime. One, the Gonzalez family allegedly has a property in King Garden that is leased to the Venezuelan government.
It is true that a property owned by my wife is rented by the
Venezuelan ambassador.
But that's a public thing. It is true that a property owned by my wife is rented by the
Venezuelan ambassador.
But
7.5 acres with the 39 villas.
I know there's some people who are wondering who owns the land. Are you able to share that, no?
I own the land. I could share that, yeah.
who owns?
Oh Lord.
Bang, 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 bang.
Call Mickie Lennox. Rooper! I want to come in, I want the story on that issue that Arnold Roberts bring, where the Gonzalez family. I know we know that the Venezuela embassy is being rented from the Gonzalez family too. But that embassy is in St. Vincent or in Trinidad. Is it the one I visit? Or is it one in St. Vincent? Ralph Gonzalez and Venezuela President Ralph Gonzalez real tight to the Venezuelan government, boy. Where foot? Let's continue by the meanwhile. Down to Mickie there. Fearless Warrior Network. You said the UNC dead? UNC now start partner. Is the PNM is with dead for a while. And will be out of power for over a decade. I am positive of it.
Bang, 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 bang.
Somebody say Fearless Warrior is slimy, but we will know because he can't hide using various words or fighting in a various way. That is what will sell him out. And then BAM! If he's suspected to be slimy, that tell people don't listen to this program. Anybody listening to this program stupid. But yet still he had to come up under all kind of different sobriquets in order to be a part of this same program that he telling people don't listen to. It's a waste of time. I will eliminate him from the program in which he say is not good. Anytime, and we will know, the Fearless Warriors will use, if it's slimy, they can't help using various language. We're gonna know. But where you come on tonight is showdown? Showdown with what? Tonight is showdown? Well, I die slimy or what? I ain't get no signs yet. I'm waiting. I'm ready to bust his throat. That is bad, eh? Yeah. Let me see and get my trigger ready. Yeah, let us see if they slimy here how to do so bad. And then is block user on YouTube. put user on timeout YouTube. Oh, add to block list on Restream. But so long as you get blocked on YouTube, all will follow. So I'm waiting if that you see. I'm waiting. I can't wait. It's better you stay quiet. Don't raise his head. And listen to the program, the brightest, best, and #1 program in Trinidad and Tobago on social media on a morning. You have to.
Bang, 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 bang.
And if you slimy, instead of advising people not to listen to this program, because it's that with all the nastiness you say, first advise yourself, don't change your supercreate to all kind of different names to get in on the same program that you are about talking. Anthony are ready to block him, but I don't know if it's him yet. I'm waiting. The language will sell him out. He can't help his racial undertones. He can't help being a PNM. And he cannot help, for sure, using various language and attacking people personally. When that come out, I'll be sure it's him. And then it's load up the matic. As the Honorable Prime Minister say, when it coming to the trespassing rules or stand your grounds laws. The Pitbull ready to load up the matic. He's intruding on private property. And then the Ferris warrior, who people are saying is slimy, going to be wait, how to do it properly. The fearless warrior, who people are deemed to be slimy, going to be
bang, 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 bang.
Oh Lord.
As Marshall Montano they say, ha! Let's continue. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
This is Granny.
Hey, Granny?
Bless.
Go ahead, Granny.
Yes, God bless all you, man. God bless all you. Granny bless you all you. Let me tell you, all who want to say anything about all you, they cannot say. Granny say all you is good like good gold. You hear? And this is the best program. This is the best program out. And let me tell you something. Everybody that's listening to this program, down to Granny. Down to Granny. And Granny said nobody can stop all you. God bless all you. This is the best program. We are all UMC. And no PNM can stop we. And no PNM can stop we. They can say what they want, they can stop the program. And Pitbull, they can't stop you. Granny praying for you. God bless all you.
That's what we're talking about.
Bang, 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 bang.
Morning, caller. We're calling from what's your contribution on the #1 program in Trinidad and Tobago on social media. Let me pong it in.
Morning, ground report.
Go ahead.
Good morning to you and all your viewers.
Yes,
I have some Pitbull in the back. I call to really talk about. You know, set up PNM. They're supporting this party for all their life. the roof leaking, the house caving in, the renting. There ain't no road to even go by the place. It's a track. And a man from the next island and he 3 children, wife, everybody just get a house. That is PNM, man. PNM style. They love the PNM till they're dead. But I hope they realize that it's time to switch. And leave out that PNM. And all who suffering for house and everything under the PNM should go by Penny, Marvin, go by Balize house. And see what they get. Nothing. After all these years. And that is a very hurtful thing. I know plenty people personally that in need of a home. I can't even get a phone call to say again one. And people still supporting PNM. PNM is a waste of time. And Andy, let me tell you something, you have to stop saying PNM will be out of it for a good 10 years and for a while. You have to start saying PNM will be out of it forever. Forever and ever and ever. That is what you have to start to say. Because anytime they come back, it's trouble. Trinidad destroyed again. So everybody have a good day.
We, Papa. I don't want to believe that this man allowing, because this and all look like Slimy here, using the man platform by Lennox Smith. You talk to Redison, Jeffrey. Because like I see, okay, wow. I want to believe they Slimy and they not Redison here. Watch. Workers' right platform here now is being used. And the Slimy not scared of you. They Slimy. That is how big Slimy is that he actually now accessing him that platform. You can't fight. All you does do is block people. Watch. Watch again. I got your message, Andy, and the answer is no. Watch again. Man, here it is. For now, here it is. Bam. Block on YouTube. Workers' rights, gone. Bam. Nice. Where's the next one? Don't use my platform to try to get fame. Slimy. Where your next name is now? Oh, I done block this already. Let me make sure do it again. Block this user on YouTube. Bam. Right. Already blocked. Right. Where? Right. This one here. You is a potong, a boy. Showing eyes a potong. At Furious Warrior. Simple. Don't look on that this program. It's simple. We're going to change the name and come back in again. Bam. You're gone. Right. We really don't want to hear about you. And whatever platform you're using, and whatever we do, leave us. Yes, a vagrant tower. You're looking for man? Leave now. Shh. Take your own advice. Go. Vamos, amigos. Bye-bye. Leave us alone. And later, go make me more powerful that I'm already a. Make me a bigger influencer that Almighty God bless me to be. Your negativity and the platform you're using will only grow me into a monster for the right thing and the voice of the people for the right way and for a country that we are all advocating for, because we all want to live better. We deserve to live better. When a dirty prime minister from St. Vincent, children, family members could get houses in Trinidad and Tobago over my citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, you on that platform ain't go talk that? Just like you all in the PNM support Venezuela over your own country, or they support St. Vincent people. Over your own, that people out there, 35 years, asking for housing agency, 30 years, asking for housing agency, 25, 20 years, 15 years. It are people in this country is still applying to get these subsidized homes in our country. Can't get it, didn't get it under the PNM. But again, I always tell you all, PNM don't like their own. I was a PNM. They don't like their own PNM people. And they don't like the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. They like Venezuelans, St. Vincent's more than they like the very own. That is why family members of Giles Gonzalez could be owning homes before hard-working, born here citizens that just waiting for that chance to earn a home. That is the kind of talk you, dirty slimy, and that platform that you're using supposed to talk about. Leave us. Let's continue. Slimy! Kiss it! Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you. Well, as the warships, or the biggest warship in the world, or aircraft carrier in the world, reaches in the Caribbean waters, Venezuela mobilized over 200,000 soldiers. As we also learned that every other country and everybody else are being put or was put before its Trinidad and Tobago citizens. Rav Gonzalez gonna get through, but we couldn't have. As Brian Manning talk his crap of his father vision, but the former government in which he was a part of failed to implement his famed father vision in which he's boasting about. As the country wanes yourself off of the tax and lying, thieving, or be a walking, spranging, piping opposition that was the former government, that will never ever be a government in Trinidad and Tobago again. Michael Lennox Smith, what's your front burner and what you can bring clarity to us on? Go ahead, my brother.
Yes indeed. Yeah, yes indeed, yes indeed. Of course, a pleasant good morning to you. Are you and me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Yes, indeed. Of course, a pleasant good morning to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central, and President, and wherever you are streaming on the World Wide Web, a pleasant good day to you. Well, of course, let me start before all of that because we always say that you must dance a yard before you dance abroad. Well, of course, last night I got an urgent call during the course of the the corridor transformation, so I had to preempt it. I had to stop it and then get into action, asking for our candidate. I got the call from Minister Kadisha Amin asking for our candidate because he was slated to be part of the infrastructural board, the Rural Infrastructural Board. I think one of those boards under that ministry. And I had to move into action, give her the number, and then, of course, get to him in order to make arrangements for him to be present on Thursday for the formal presentation of his instruments of appointment. Robert Mitchell, of course, as you know, would have been our candidate for the Laventille East Mover constituency, which we contested under UNC banner in the 28th of April general elections. So congratulations, of course, is all round, and people are very excited here. And of course, we plan a particular way to treat with that. So I thought I should share that with you before, of course, I get into other things. Yes, the whole question of Gonzalez did talking about the Prime Minister of St. Vincent. He did, of course, issue a statement saying that the dirty water cannot tarnish gold. Of course, putting himself up as gold, I suppose. But the issue, the fundamental issue still remains because former Prime Minister Dr. Rowley is also weighing in on the matter. You know, he always defends the indefensible and always, of course, attempting, just as Ralph Gonzalez, like they have this proclivity, this tendency to be as bold-faced and obnoxious as possible in the face of damning evidence as to, at minimum, awkward situations, imbroglios that they would have found themselves in. So, of course, here it is, Gonzalez is saying that dirty water will not tarnish gold, putting up himself as gold. And then he said, well, you know, the buildings were, in fact, put up in for public sale, and his family, those who would have been born in Trinidad, has some connection in Trinidad, including his wife, and I think one or two of his children, should certainly had a option as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago to purchase those items that was given to them. The fact of the matter is, really, as Alan Roberts would have identified, and I think that is where we know that there's a flaw in the entire logic and common sense. Of course, endorsed by Rowley, saying that they were up for public sale because the UNC had moved them up in such a way so as to put them on the market for sale. But there is a fundamental policy, and the policy is that you cannot get an agency property if you already own property. Let's get that clear. That is the elephant. That is the issue. If you already own property, then you ought to. But of course, I noticed that Gonzalez was strident in terms of his saying that they own no property in Trinidad, trying, of course, to apply some kind of technicality to the entire process. But again, the present government, they do their work thoroughly. So, of course, Alan Roberts then retorted to that by saying, well, there is a property, I think, somewhere in Maraval, thereabout, that is in the name of, I believe, his wife, his Gonzalez's wife. So, therefore, if you're trying to say that because they own property outside of Trinidad and therefore does not fall into that category of persons who will not be qualified, then of course you'll have now to answer as to whether or not one of those beneficiary of a HGC accommodation has property, whether paid for or partially paid for, or in his Gonzalez or his wife's name. And then, of course, a piece of what I consider to be politics, because it is silly season in St. Vincent. And then he asked the question, well, we have an integrity commission. I trust that there may well be one in St. Vincent. I have not had time to investigate as to whether or not that is so. And whether that particular asset would have been declared, those that essentially located in Trinidad. So very interesting developments are taking place there, and of course we need to treat with that. But of course, all of that was as a result of Gonzalez strident and public criticism of the Honorable Prime Minister, saying in essence, and I'm paraphrasing here, I may not get the correct words, but I think my understanding of it is that she would have been ill-advised, and I would go as far as to say it was a stupid statement to say that to disassociate herself or the government with, of course, this whole amorphous question of the Caribbean being a zone of peace. But you cannot obfuscate, you cannot take away that there is some element, and any rational and common sense thinking person will have to say that Gonzalez seemed to have an agenda that is self-serving, because we then learned as well that a property in St. Vincent owned by, again, his wife, is being rented by Venezuelans official in St. Vincent. So it reinforces the issue, and he cannot escape that, whether it's politics or otherwise, he cannot escape that people are going to raise issues as to his integrity, as to the validity of some of the statements that, outside of the information that we now know, would see him as an objective intervener in matters such as between Venezuela and Guyana, for example, or indeed talking for and on behalf of his country, and possibly joining those who have the view in CARICOM that the area should remain a zone of peace. But more significantly for me, I continue to ask the question, as indeed I extend this argument to whether it be JTAM, I'm not saying Roger, JTAM, Roger happened to be the leader and part of the coalition of interest, but I'm saying JTAM, Abdullah, who has his own party, and other elements such as those in the Emancipation Support Committee, etc. I have a serious problem when they remain definitely silent. Let me use this oxymoron with emphasis. They remain definitely silent when and after the International Court of Justice and after the Argyle Declaration that Maduro went ahead and not just claim and not just was belligerent in terms of claiming the Essequibo region, but actually went ahead and organized a referendum saying that the Essequibo is part of Venezuela, and redraw the map of Venezuela to include the Essequibo region. And that, to me, and in addition to, of course, taking pot shots over the Essequibo River at Guyanese officials, or should I say soldiers, when they were making their usual patrol, protecting the sovereignty and the integrity and the coastline of Guyana.
Of Guyana. Lennox Smith, before I continue.
Just now, all of that took place, and yet still, all these people were silent on the whole question of a peaceful Caribbean. Is it that these places are not in the Caribbean? That is my question. But go ahead. You have a question for me?
Well, boy, yes, I have a question for you. My question is, we have the Honorable Senator Anil Roberts on the line. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
All right, good.
Honorable Senator, Mr. Roberts, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning to Real Media TV. Good morning, Andy, Pitbull, Williams. Good morning, Brian Manning. Tell me who's your father. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Lennox and Andy, I wanted to press record because I go in and tell all you exactly how it is. Make sure it's recording. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, I have become sick and tired of the Boys and Girls Club that parades and masquerades as CARICOM. Over the last 2 years, I have seen CARICOM prime ministers getting involved in the domestic affairs of individual sovereign states. For example, we saw the prime minister of Dominica, who when they have election, plane does land from outside, and Dominica's population is a mere 55,000, but they have 73,000 people on the roll to vote. This man, Roosevelt, now I forget his name, but I call him the star boy of stupidity, right? I think it's Roosevelt Skerrett. It's Skerrett, yes. He came to Trinidad and Tobago invited by Rowley when they had a $13.1 million crime as a health issue in Hyatt and so on, and they didn't even procure it properly. They had to come back to the Parliament and the Senate because they broke the law. We were in the midst in 2023 of a local government election, and this star boy of stupidity, the Prime Minister of Dominica, jumped in the fray and tell us, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, that Rowley is really a nice fella. He's fantastic and lovable and so on, as if we care to know what he had to say when we living under the oppression of Rowley as a tyrannical dictator. Then, in a press conference, the issue of the kidnapping of Brent Thomas was a heated issue in the CARICOM because a judge, learned Justice Devendra Rampersad, had stated that what had taken place involving Trinidad and Tobago Police Service officers, a CARICOM jet, the CARICOM Secretariat, and the sovereign nation of Barbados to allow a CARICOM jet holding Trinidad and Tobago police officers to land on the tarmac of Grantley Adams Airport, meet Barbados police officials, go to the hotel room of a paying customer, Brent Thomas, a citizen of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, beat him, drag him out, put him in a cage, and leave him on a hot tarmac without water and food for 13 and a half hours, then return him forcibly to Trinidad and Tobago without a piece of paper, without an extradition warrant, without charge, without due process, without natural justice. That issue was in the air. And Kamala Persad, the honorable leader of the opposition at the time, was asking questions. How could this happen? Who authorized our officers to go to Barbados? Who asked CARICOM for use of their jet? Who in Barbados responded to who in Trinidad and Tobago to facilitate, assist, and encourage the kidnapping of a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago? When asked about this, Roosevelt Skerrett, fast and out of place, Prime Minister of Dominica at the time, said that the opposition is making mischief, that is just politics, and he just went on to attack Kamala Persad, the CESA, and the UNC. And I said, but what madness is this? Where is his diplomatic credentials, understanding, and knowledge? Who the hell is he? And why is there this affinity and love for Rowley and the PNM? Then Rowley immediately departed and went to Barbados. And up to now, Mia Amor Motley, Honorable Prime Minister of Barbados, has not told the Trinidad and Tobago government, the Trinidad and Tobago people, the CARICOM people, or the people of Barbados who, how, why, where, and when did she, her government, allow a CARICOM jet to land on their tarmac in their country with Trinidad and Tobago police officers to facilitate a kidnapping of a Trinidad and Tobago citizen. So now, fast forward, I am seeing these same Rowleyites, these same CARICOM brethren, including now the Honorable Ralph Gonzalez, who describes himself as 6-star general because he win election 6 times in St. Vincent, attacking Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar, the duly elected by a landslide Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, winning a majority of seats on April 28, 2025, based on a platform of safety, security, and providing citizens with the good old days of Trinidad and Tobago without guns and blood flowing in the street. Kamala Persad-Bissessar living up to her promise made to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, joins with the USA in stamping out narco-terrorism, narco-trafficking, drug trade, gun running, and human trafficking. And the crime rate in Trinidad and Tobago is taking a dip downwards. We need it to go much further. Kamala Persad-Bissessar wants it to go down nearly to zero. She wants to keep us safe. And while she is doing this, up jumps this big belly 6-star general, the man who feels he's a topper from St. Vincent, and attacks my Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, in the most vile, undiplomatic, inappropriate manner, calling her misguided and saying that the CARICOM needs statesmen and stateswomen like who, Rowley? Like who? The starboy of stupidity from Dominica, Kerr? Like who? Mia Moore Motley, who cannot even answer a simple question. Who asked her to allow Brent Thomas to be kidnapped on her soil? This Ralph Gonzalez jump in and start to attack the Prime Minister? Well, let me tell you, all you better leave my Prime Minister alone. Because as soon as that happens, I say, there is something, there must be something making this man cling to Rowley. There must be something motivating this human being. Human beings don't just act so passionately with venom without motivation. And lo and behold, this man, Ralph Gonzalez, married to Eloise Gonzalez, a citizen of St. Vincent and Trinidad and Tobago. Her father was Dominican, and her mother was Trinbagonian. And they have 2 children, Storm and Soleil, who have dual citizenship. But this small, tiny family of 4, this family of prestige and elitism that has lived off the largesse of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for decades, gets the opportunity under the PNM to get 3 houses, not 1 house, not 2 houses, but 3 houses at Victoria Keys. And Keith Christopher Rowley yesterday jump out to defend his friend, Big Belly 6-star General Ralph Gonzalez. And Keith Rowley made it worse for Ralph Gonzalez, because Keith Rowley said the UNC did Victoria Keys and they raised the prices and the values of those apartments and condominiums to 2.5 to 3.5 million. Yes, but Rowley sold it. Rowley's PNM sold it to Ralph Gonzalez's son for 1.96 million. A profit, an increase in assets of over 1.5, 1.6 million in value. So a discount of 1.6 million. He sold another one to Eloise, his friend Ralph Gonzalez's wife, for 1.625 million. $1 million less than its actual value. And then another one to Soleil Gonzalez. And hear this one. She was a student studying at UE. She worked nowhere at the time. She did not draw her pay. Other people are out there working hard, families, little children, people with degrees, upwardly mobile Trinbagonians. But here comes this little student who couldn't afford to pay for nothing. So daddy and the brother had to sign documents that they would pay, and it was rent to own, while other citizens were ready with a mortgage, their down payment, their full purchase price. They were waiting and they couldn't get. But yet Ralph Gonzalez's family, through Rowley, his friend, and the PNM, got preferential treatment. It does not end there. Further investigations show that Storm Gonzalez, the son of Ralph Gonzalez, he signed a declaration form. The declaration form is a very serious document, Lennox would let you all know. When you sign that and commission of affidavits and you swear on it, it is a very serious thing. If you put any false information in a document like that, you are liable to imprisonment, fine, and conviction. It is not a joke. Well, this gentleman, Storm Gonzalez, signed on an affidavit that he makes 25,000 TT a month. Now, it's just a coincidence, but once you make 25,001 cents a month, you're disqualified from purchasing HDC property, subsidized housing. And whether it's expensive subsidized or low-cost subsidized, it's subsidized and it's paid for by taxpayers' money. But this man signed this, and now the information is coming out that he's a multi-millionaire in US. He's a real estate developer, not just an app company CEO. So he did not state all of his income sources and so on. So that has been sent to the police for investigation, because at the bottom of that form, Lennox will know, it says, which I know or believe to be false, or do not believe to be true, I am liable to a fine and or imprisonment. Secondly, this young man, Storm, son of Ralph Gonzalez, on a form that the HDC requires all citizens to fill out, because it's a due diligence statement, they asked him for his BIR number. Lennox knows what's a BIR number. All of you know what's a BIR number. When you pay your tax, you have your BIR number that is specific to you and only you.
Board of Inland Revenue.
Correct, Board of Inland Revenue. Thank you for helping me make it pellucid. And in order to take part of and parcel of any government program, even if it is food card or grants, you have to state, if you are below the income level for BIR number and so on, then that's fine. But you have to state your BIR number to show that you pay taxes. So Storm Gonzalez says that he works in Trinidad and Tobago as a app developer, and he makes 25,000 TT per month. However, he left blank the part where they asked him for his BIR number. There is no BIR number. Therefore, Ralph Gonzalez and Storm Gonzalez, the police will investigate whether or not you have paid any taxes in Trinidad and Tobago, income tax based on your salary that you signed and admitted. You make $25,000 per month. If you have not paid 1 cent of tax, that is a breach of the laws of Trinidad and Tobago, and there are serious consequences to that. Finally, I was wondering where this passion, so I see where the passion coming from, to attack Kamla, because Ralph is Rowley. Rowley helped him, benefit, investment, money, millions. But here the next part. It came out yesterday, and it circulated in Trinidad and Tobago, because the can of worms open for Ralph Gonzalez, 6-star Big Belly General, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ralph Gonzalez's wife, Eloise, the same one who get HDC property to buy, is a landlord of a multi-million-dollar mansion that is and has been rented by the Maduro government for its ambassador to St. Vincent for a number of years. Now we see why and where the personal, inappropriate, undiplomatic attacks on the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago come from Ralph's pocket, from his bank account. Maduro money in Ralph and his wife's bank account. So tell Ralph Gonzalez, stay in your lane. Leave Kamala Persad-Bissessar alone. She is protecting her people. She is duly elected the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and will take decisions to ensure her people are safe and prosperous. So 6th General Big Belly Ralph, you should have hushed. You should have never answered the Douglas. God bless. Any questions?
Yes, well, sir. Weeper. That will be big. That is a big thing there. A Prime Minister of our next country, St. Vincent, son, had to be charged. Wife, all who receive houses, receive it on the first game. That the whole family get up in a bacchanal there. Now
well, the police now, the police, I have sent it to the police in an official report. The police of Trinidad and Tobago must do their job. People always try to say, well, Anil, all your lockup, with the separation of powers, the executive of which I am a part, the executive is the government of Trinidad and Tobago, led by the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar. There is a separation of powers between the executive, the judicial, and the president, as well as an independent institution of the police. So the police have to do their job now based on the report made to them and investigate the declaration made by the son of Ralph Gonzalez in trying to acquire housing from the HDC based on his salary and his signed declaration, as well as sorry, someone was interrupting, call it. As well as, has he paid taxes on that $25,000 amount that he signed in 2018 to now? Because if he has not, you can do the maths about how much tax he has evaded from 2018 for 7 years to 2025 at $25,000 per month. $100,000 every 4 months. So in other words, $300,000 a year by 7 years is $2.1 million at the tax level that he is supposed to pay at that salary. You can do the maths and see what would have been defrauded the people and the government of Trinidad and Tobago. He has no BIR number. Furthermore, the officials at HDC who allocated a unit and allowed him to purchase a unit without a BIR number, them have questions to answer to the police too. Because you must qualify. There are criteria. You are a citizen, you pay taxes, you tell the truth, how much you make, you are not a landowner or a house owner. There are policies in place. And if someone leaves it blank on a BIR number, that should be a red flag to any public servant who's in charge of filing those due diligence forms. How did it go ahead? And it was signed by Newman George. Newman George, the husband of Bridget Anisette George, and the lawyers who put forward.
Minister, I know you have a busy schedule. And it is more, of course, an attempt to deal with the trolls and the social media, what I consider to be gossipers. Firstly, the former Prime Minister Rowley said that what was said there he would normally not respond to it because he will respond to it usually with a shovel, picking it up with a shovel. And then Gonzalez said that dirty water will not tarnish gold. What's your response to that? I have one more question, but what's your response to that?
Well, when your goal is fake and it gold plated, big belly 6-star general, it does wash off and turn black. Secondly, Rowley, you will know about shoveling all sorts of things because you had to shovel the 3 dogs as you walk all your female ministers down your steps into your dungeon and let them wait on the red couch for you in order to get a ministerial portfolio. So, Rowley, I really couldn't care less about you, you dishonest, pathological, email gate, Greenvale gate, identity gate.
Great. And the other one,
narcissistic, oppressive. You have been dealt with.
Wait, say over that, because like somebody was calling you.
Just one. The other one is that of you think with what them and Andy. The other one is that on social media, it is about trying to obfuscate or deviate from live sports.
What? Hey, Lennox, 11 years, 2,000 words, big expose. The guy mentioned Anil's name. Tell him rest me now. Rest Anil, you could try what you want. Anil never did anything wrong. Keep trying. But hear me. Check Faris and the rental. You see how I call Faris Al-Rawi name and the building Alexander 3? Was he renting and receiving rent for a commercial building without having change of use, with only having residential? Check out that. Check out Faris and the indemnity he signed with Vincent Nelson. Was that illegal or legal? Check out Faris Al-Rawi, for example. Was there a document with the Jack Warner case, or was there no document? Did someone perjure themselves in that? Check out Rowley for his Inez Gate property. Did he fill it out in the Form B, or did he leave it out? Did he put a false value, or did he leave it out? Did he defend and recognize on his form the 500,000 benefit he received from his good friend and business partner, Warner Construction? You see how you're talking? Live sport. They could talk live sport. Check all the children out there who benefited from live sport across the board. And if in any time or anywhere there was anything wrong, they would never be, because Anil Roberts don't do thing wrong. So let them all fire burn them. PNM is gone. They are rejected and will remain rejected.
My question, because you call a very, very big person there, Newman George, who we all know is a golfing partner or a very good friend to Dr. Rowley, who also is the husband of the former House Speaker.
Yes.
Could he, as a public servant, bypassing that very important thing as not having a BIR number, could he be charged too?
Well, you want to ask that to the police. I is not the police, but he signed off on the document. And if the investigation shows that there was no BIR number, that the young man had never paid taxes in Trinidad and Tobago, and that the declaration was false, well, and the lawyers who activated also, which happened to be Martin Daly Associates, which Sharon Rowley is a lawyer there too. So all of them had to answer, I don't know. Police, do your work. Blessings.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh, Lord.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, Lord.
We, Papa! I say no more. The lines are open.
Fire burn them.
I have no more to say. The line's open to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. That's an appropriate local expression. Wow, 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 indeed. I mean, it is ridiculous. Totally
Good morning.
ridiculous.
Andy, that tape you taped there with Anil, you should keep that. That should not be misplaced. That should be kept. You see the corruption, how big and deep this is in the PNM. And I want to tell Ralph Gonzalez, you didn't win no election over there. You keep thieving like the PNM all the time. That is why the old elderly person in St. Vincent bust your head with a stone. All remember that? Or you don't remember that when you were going to pet a stone and bust your head? Then he need more than that. We all have a blessed day.
Good morning, Andy, Lennox, Mickie, Newbie, and everybody out there. Andy, well, you know, Gonzalez Gate start, right? And it have the PNM and C. It's only Bacchanal with the UNC. Yeah, you're right. It's Bacchanal with the UNC. We will expose all the PNM corruption. We will expose them. And they see nothing wrong in it, you know. They see nothing wrong in what it is went on there. But the thing about it is, Andy, those houses are for the people of... Excuse me, Andy. Those houses are for the people of the country. People for years applying for houses and they cannot get it. But you come just so and you get 3. And the thing is, his daughter was also given an OJT job, I think in the veterinary school. I stand to be corrected, right? But I think it was the veterinary school. And now you come and you get a house. Where's she working to pay for that house? Okay, they said the mother is a Trinidadian. But she's and it was also disclosed that she had $400,000 in a bank in Bahamas. She not entitled to that house. And his son, on his declaration form, is saying that he has a business, but his income is $25,000 a month, which is the cap for in order to get a HDC house. Too many lies. That story has more holes than a Swiss cheese, right? And all the PNMites and them who vex that it was exposed, that all they could sit down, go and get some bengals and rub down all this if it hurting all year, right? But you see, Ralph Gonzalez, the mistake you make was to come after the Prime Minister. And if your citizens will allow that, we're not going to allow that. Because Mrs. Prasad did nothing wrong. She's a better Prime Minister than you. She ain't looking for handouts. Like how you was looking for it from St. Patrick Manning days. And Andy, before I leave, I'll tell you this. Do you know where the OPVs were supposed to be docked? If they had come to Trinidad, it was in St. Vincent. They were getting a docking fee, right? Because I'm Patrick Manning best friend. So if something happened in Trinidad, how long it would take the OPV to get here? You see? You see the bacchanal confusion and the corruption? That is why they don't like Mrs. Prasad Bisesa, because she's not standing with nonsense with none of them.
Good morning to the ground reports. And Roberts, all I could say is wow. Lennox Smith, Andy, Michael Kerr, good morning. So you all see why the PLM have to do everything to try to stay into office. They have tried everything. to overthrow this government to get back inside our office to control those documents. Those documents that Anna Roberts is holding up and talking from, it is not a joke document, you know. This thing have real problem in it. PNM, surrender yourself and behave yourself. And all the friends of the PNM who was corruptedly collecting state money from Trinidad and Tobago, they cool all yourself. Because the law here is real. The law here is real. Once the UNC inside it, real. There are no game playing here. There are no tap on the shoulder for brethren and my brethren right now. We ain't going down that road, you know. Until the 13 seats and the constituency that hold these politicians around us. All you have to make a choice to these people. Keep meeting and call them and talk to them and let them know what time it is. Know it is you're coming in the public with, otherwise all you go independent of them. Go independent of these PNM people and them in your constituency. Okay, have a more voice for your community. The voice that the PNM using right now is not a voice to represent none all here. They're trying to save the tail right now. That's the representation they're putting in the public domain. So if all you have to go independent of them in the 13th seat, do it. And then the young political party, all they come up and oppose them. Because just how the community will revolt and push back against these PNM ministers. They're going to realize they're not fighting the battle for the people. Look at the condition of the roads in the country in the East-West corridor are gone. Good morning.
Let's continue. All I will keep saying is, wow, wow, wow. I real baffled.
I would like to see
and hurting.
I'm sorry that we don't have a team in St. Vincent. It would be very interesting to see the impact of these revelations on the prospects of the incumbent, meaning that Ralph Gonzalez's party, to see how the opposition would use that information in order to get some kind of political advantage. It's very, very interesting.
Listen, good morning, Mikey, Lennox, and Andy. Andy and Lennox, well, if Mr. Gonzalez have property in Trinidad, as you would say, when you're in about the family, we don't know if he is also have one too. We don't know. The question is, if these people and them getting out AGC houses from foreign countries, who else is on the list? What other prime minister or other dignitary outside there who are AGC houses? Is it just he alone? Or it have other people, as long as they get associated with the PNM? So that is my question. Who else have more houses that they had to dig up and find? So we see, we got a lot of poor people trying to see if they get a house since, well, when God was a little boy. And they're still waiting. You understand? So it's unfair. It's really unfair. So let me do whatever is necessary. If they could, take back their property or do whatever it is necessary, charge them or whoever it is, and dig up and find out who it is, give the permission for them to get these houses, and expose them, as they would say. Well,
we don't know who. None other than Rowley friend, Newman George. Oh my God!
The program this morning, just calling to find out the position in the program. I see it start, and all of a sudden I see it cut off. I just calling to find out if no program this morning.
We want to know who the CPO is. This is what we want to know. Why does he only doctor and identity pair himself? You understand why them still have these games to play now? You see playing games with people now. That's the game. If you don't want to sign by Gary, but get somebody to sign the people and them thing, boy. What happened to them, boy?
Good morning, Andy. I hope you're ready for the Maduro show in Venezuela, because my aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, is in Caribbean waters now. Like I said, get your popcorn and a good drink ready, because the Maduro fireworks is about to begin. So keep good, my friend. Things are about to get hot. So you might want to get a good fan or air conditioner unit going for you in your home. Let's be safe out there today. Except you, Maduro, I'm coming for you. morning, Andy. I hope you're ready for the Maduro show in Venezuela because my aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, is in Caribbean waters now. Like I said, get your popcorn and a good drink ready because the Maduro fireworks is about to begin. So keep good, my friend. Things are about to get hot. So you might want to get a good fan or air conditioner unit going for you in your home. Let's be safe out there today. Except you, Maduro, I'm coming for you.
Oh Lord, oh Lord,
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
There's never a dull moment in Trinidad and Tobago. We papa!
Bang, 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 bang.
Good morning,
Hello?
caller. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Yeah. Hi, good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox and Andy. I was listening to Anim there a while ago. And here now, Andy, just words cannot describe. I want to say to Minister Anna Roberts this morning, thank you, thank you, thank you. Andy, I sent a voice note and I forget what Sandy voice note, but I'll try and remember. Andy, what was taking place in this country for the past 10 years, it is coming out now. You see why Rowley was controlling the police, everybody and everything for the past 10 years. It had no law, no order. All they was doing is seeing about the CARICOM friends, the 1% friends, the family in Trinidad, and the regular people, the citizens of this country was deprived of everything. The man mash up the economy. You hear? He mash up the peace, the crime and everything. Everything they destroy. You understand? But God bless the people who on the 28th of April voted for the United National Congress. Because you know why? Nobody can cover up nobody's mouth now. People like Annem Roberts going to come out and say the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And this ain't no makeup thing and no lie like the PNM. These are the facts. He has everything to back up all that he had to say. You understand? And I want to tell Annem Roberts this morning, thank you. Continue being you. Not because you become a minister, you become a dummy. You understand? You prove that you're still named man. You're a big man, a man with real balls, real belly, and you can tell it as it is. You understand? And I want to know, Rowley sent to London for the police, for the DSS. It seemed like we got to send for police from somewhere to deal with the amount of situations that the PNM created in this country. You understand? I have great respect for the Commissioner of Police, you understand? But I am not seeing any action. What more evidence you want? What more you have to hear? What more you have to know to start locking up and charging these people? Not because they name Mr. this and Mr. that and they ain't the boys by the corner that you can't arrest them, you understand? Something has to be done. We want to see some sort of consequences for these people misbehaving in public office. And you see them CARICOM jokers, you see them, they're thinking about themselves and their family and depriving we from what we here should get because of Rowley. But you know, it has to, all of them, every man jack had to answer questions, you understand? And I am hoping that the police start acting because we have plenty. Anyway, Andy, I have to go, but thanks very much Minister Roberts, thanks very much to the UNC. And hey, all you get moving. Time for action. Time to make these people put handcuff on them. Yeah, put handcuff on them. Because all of them get millions and millions and millions, while the ordinary citizens got nothing. Blessings to the ground report. Only on the ground report, you hear? Ground report number 1. Callers at the ground report. All you hear on the top of the line. Keep talking, keep praying, and we keep supporting the government. We go put the wrongs, you hear? And Trinidad will rise, you hear? And we will be, you know, then people in the come down like we, you know. They want to see me down. Anyway, blessings to all. Have a good day.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Look at trouble now!
Bang, 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 bang.
We papa! Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, good morning. Yes, backing what the lady said, I find it's too much of talking. It's time for action now, man. It's talking. Look what these people do all they have to do with them. We continue going down the road with this kind of foolishness. It's time for action. Action speak louder than words. Time enough. Do well.
Yeah, but Tobago, to be fair, Minister Anna Roberts said they are a second part of the state. They have an independent arm called the police. He sent the files. The government are selling the files. Now it's up to the police. The government can't lock up nobody. The administration, the police service, the TTPS is now held responsible to carry out their duties without fear or favor.
Well, thank you.
Bang, 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 bang.
Look, trouble now. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning. God bless all you. God bless TC and Heavy. God bless Alex. God bless all you, because of all you. Granny and all the grannies that get to know what's taking place in this country. I'm proud. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Pitbull. I'm very proud of you. You were the first to come out to save this country and to talk out bravely and to help the elderly in this country. I'm very proud. And I want to tell Marsha Walker to shut him out because she couldn't win a seat, but she wants to talk about Alexander and she wants to talk about Kamala. When she watching business was more bad than everybody wants. I want to tell our next person, he does the workers' rights show. He look like an old alligator living in dirty water. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about UNC. The pay all you're getting to say, look at bring down UNC and bring down the Pitbull. All you can't do that. Take all the pay and go. And all you can't touch the UNC or the Pitbull or anybody. Pitbull, God bless all you.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
I hear me name on. I hear me name on. Oh Lord.
Go ahead, next caller. A pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning to you, Lennox, Mikey Newbie, and to everybody out there. Well, Andy, Anil mouth open and Ralph Gonzalez's business jump out. It's good. That's a playing fast and loose with your mouth and coming after our Prime Minister. Now, Andy, I sent you a voice note, which I would like you to play when you get a chance, right? You know why? Because I made it before Anil came on. And most of the things I said there, it was confirmed by Anil, right?
It played.
Really like
it played already.
It played
already. Oh, yes, it
okay.
was played.
I was probably busy and I didn't hear it. All right, thanks so much. And Andy, you see how they just lie, and look how Rowley jump out of his skin to defend the man and say that is the UNC build those houses and that. Andy, if my memory serves me right, it's PNM started at Victoria Keys. And when they went it, I remembered Jerlene John and Dr. Monilal talking about the things that were in there that not supposed to be in low-cost house in there now. You understand? And well, they had no choice but to finish it. Now you come to blame everything. But that is beside the point. Regardless if it is that the UNC had built those houses at that cost. Look at how Arnold exposed him at the cost that this man get it. And as you rightly say, Newman George is in the center of everything as well. In the center of everything. And look who are the lawyers. Martin Daly and Associate. Look at who. And Ralph Gonzalez want to complain that, and look, I send you 2 more documents, Andy, where she declared she had no houses in Trinidad. And Senator Roberts is asking if she don't own a house in some Oak Ridge or somewhere. They feel that they can do wrong and get away with it, Andy. They feel they can do that. But you see, and no, they're on a rampage now against Arnold because Arnold exposed it. They're not looking at something is wrong. They are being deprived of houses. Somebody outside are getting it, and all they want to curse Arnold for that. No, we're going to stand up and we're going to push back on them. We have to stop the propaganda of the PNM. Where is Penelope Beckles, the leader of the PNM now? Where is she? How did they get those houses under the PNM? Where is Marvin Gonzalez with his propaganda in every nook and cranny? Where is Emery Brown? How did they get those houses? And you hear what he said about Faris? Did not change your resident to commercial? No, it's too much of corruption that went on. And there are people saying that we mustn't look back. So if Arnold did not look back, how would we have known what it is Ralph Gonzalez and them were doing? Imagine you coming in our country, but somebody asked a question, I can't remember who it is asking, which other CARICOM leader might have property here? And I wanted to suggest, right? You remember when they came here in 23 to campaign for rolling the local government election under the pretext of crime symposium, right? And one of them from Dominica came out and talked about he's a good man and he's a this and he's a that and whatever. Lennox, I'm sure if you don't remember, Lennox will remember this, that they wanted to extend the procurement legislation to CARICOM and the opposition kick against it. Then we had to find out now, Andy, which one of them was campaigning for Rowley own property here.
What's
right?
Is
it legal?
I feel I'm going and beg Miss Santa Cruz for somebody to buy me a ticket to go St. Vincent. Here why? If Newman George and Rowley them sign off that in Trinidad and Tobago and did that favor for Ralph Gonzalez, I could bet money because I want to go and meet the opposition at St. Vincent. I could bet money Ralph Gonzalez do the same thing there. Toby Shock, Rowley have property, Newman George have property, all of them who was in bed.
All of them have property in Inez Gate. Which one of those CARICOM leaders have property in Inez Gate as well? And look at how Rowley should have shut his mouth. The man lied on his integrity form about the big discount he and his daughter got for Inez Gate House Alan Warner. And then Rowley have the go to come out and talk about is the UNC build them houses. But I want to, I'll ask Senator Arnold privately because I want to find out if that was on the open market, because that's the argument now with the PNMites, you know. It was on the open market. You see, the thing about it is, PNMites don't know anything about facts. All they know about is propaganda. Spread the propaganda of the PNM. And they feel it's like the spaghetti curry. Whatever they pelt, it should stick. Right? But we have to keep on this, Andy. And I don't care who come to tell us, don't look back, move on. No, you cannot move on when you have something like that, right? That is the elephant in the room now. Why was Ralph Gonzalez, Eloise Gonzalez, Soleil Gonzalez, and Storm Gonzalez given property in Trinidad, right? We don't know what is going on in Tobago. We depending on O'Fallon and them to come to tell us who own property that not supposed to be owning property in Tobago. And the thanks a lot to have a
something
good
before I
morning.
go again,
Take
because
care.
it's really troubling my man on Santa Cruz. I
Yes.
really, as a human being, I really don't think that all of that will go on and the same thing wouldn't be redone for them. When it comes to Dr. Rowley, maybe was awarded properties to in St. Vincent, Newman George, all of them, because it have no way he go get that favor, and that favor will be returned in St. Vincent too. And the people of St. Vincent must know the truth.
Exactly. And he look who was the manager of HDC then, Brent Lyons. Brent Lyons was the manager of HDC then, right? No, it have more in the mortar than the pestle, Andy. Have more in the mortar than the pestle. And if they feel that we live in it, so no, let whoever have to bring it out, and we will run with it. PNM want to run with propaganda, we will run with facts. They can't beat us on facts, right? Because the forms that are just sent you there, the information just sent there, you check it good and see where Eloise Gonzalez said that she declared she does not own any property in Trinidad and Tobago, right? And if you look at the side in the footnote where they say that she owned a property here, right? You see how the lies just for they to get those houses, right? Thanks a lot, Andy. And if you could get somebody to sponsor you that ticket, I find you should go. But mine get a bus here, because you know they love to pelt bricks over there. Thanks a lot, Andy. Take care.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Andy Lennox. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonzalez, good morning. So, Andy and Lennox, that why Camille gets sick and she can't come back out to represent the people in Parliament. But here what's going on now. Penny was in the AGC, you know. So we can find out from the opposition leader all these houses were built and the unit, because she was overseeing the upkeep of them houses and them. So she might have some answer. And Avery Brown, as a foreign affairs minister, you have to come out and let me hear what's going on. But Andy, I feel that what you're saying is right, that we're supposed to put up some money for you and Lennox to go across to St. Vincent and get some interview done with the opposition leader in St. Vincent and let the people of St. Vincent ask the question if what Ralph Gonzalez owned outside, how we come about to own it and how to extend the wealth. Because here what's going on, you've seen a web. Because when you see $500 billion spent in Trinidad and Tobago economy, and you see the pothole patch, where that money go on? So somewhere along the line, they had to hide it, and it's coming out. So we have to do the investigation, because it have ministers who, just like how Penny say, last 2 Fridays, America going on invade, she had information, so all the buy and put down. No, I only hope she have information on this with Newman George, because Newman George and them fellas and them is the blue-eyed child who was making mischief in Paria. And the next thing we have to find out is where the gas was and the fuel was buying from, and what is the deal with Jamaica. Because you see, when the last time our UNC come in power, and she said, Trinidad, our political leader and Prime Minister, Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, say, Trinidad is not an ATM machine. All of them get vexed. So you see where it stemmed from? So we want to know, and we have to get answer. And I hope when it reaches on the DPP desk, it move with haste. And I hope that they will move with haste and staff the DPP office. Because, Andy, things that the ground report went to the DPP office to get matters going, and to the police commissioner then earlier here with Christopher, and then now it was Benjamin. So you're seeing when lag leaders be on any them foot, and there's a lag in the hand, everything just stick up right there. So we have to get answers. And I want the PNM opposition now to come out and answer and reply to the Senator, the Honorable Senator Anil Roberts, all we asked for us. So have a nice day. And you see the diversion? So no peace of the Caribbean again. We are just minding business because here what's going on. $500 billion spent on the diversion of the PNM and the tactics because you have local election coming up and we have to get the news all day. And you see that 13 seat and them corporation what the PNM have there and want to start to make mischief with. The people have to get ready and see that the PNM don't care about them. It's only to fool them to thief out the money. Have a nice day, Andy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Go ahead, KFC. Turn down that.
Yeah, blessed morning, Andy. Blessed morning, Lennox. We say good morning to the most fierce politician, Anna Roberts. When Anna Roberts talk, no talk back. He just talk on the pavement. He just talk in parliament. I mean, waiting for a response from the police. All they going to do, all the work, all the information coming out in the public now for the last 9 years plus. What the PNL giving their friends and family house. It has to in the Trinidad and Tobago suffering 40 years, 30 years. They are all the requirements, they make all the approval, and they can't get house. And they still get in the house in the Trinidad and Tobago. You feel that man Maduro have a house down there too? Hello?
I will be shocked every year Maduro and his family them are house in Trinidad and Tobago too.
All of you have to investigate that because alongside you're singing the supper for the PNM, they give in your house. You know Bartaria, an old ring down PNM. He come here saying God was a little boy. They bring you to be a PNM. He always cussing the UNC. You know he's still renting in Bartaria. He ain't got a house yet. Wow. And this one, Human George. You the chairman of agency, one evil, wicked, heartless black man. I meet him at time down the driving Range Rover, all kind of cars he changing and thing in it. Them fellas don't like poor people. He and big belly nasty Noel Garcia and all of them. Them don't like poor people and black people. Them doesn't listen to your cry, you know. I must say good afternoon to that lady there, Rita Ganga. Let she stay there Anita Ganga, and that one, that PNM one who still on the border from Tobago. The chairperson, I forget she name. What's she name again? See? She's Marley McFarland. What's she doing there still?
Where she is?
Them giving she's the chairman of agency. She's the chairman of agency, director. Marley McFarland, she's director of agency. And yeah, she's still down there. Anna Roberts, all they play mad, you know. All they get rid of them people and them, and they call them not carrying the policy at the PN, at the UNC, you know. Them just trying to undermine the PNM, undermine the UNC. Anna Roberts and Andy Williams, we have to do a proper investigation. We over the house on them. People waiting for house. Bless.
I'm really looking for a sponsor. Somebody be able to do that for the Pitbull, please. I want to go St. Vincent. I'll be calling the Honorable Senator. I'll be calling to get the opposition number and all. I'm going on TV interview. I'm going on radio interview. I'm going there to ask the question of Ralph Gonsalves, the Prime Minister of St. Vincent. That will be a milestone. That will send you, the people of the ground report, you, the loyal listeners. It will send our program skyrocketing. Because the PNM media ain't going to do that. Let us do it before them. Let us carry the fight to them.
Bang, bang, bang.
Go ahead, caller.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wow. After, that's a comedy device. And I'm going to Lennox Smith. After and Robert Z, he answered the question because this morning I was on forward program asking the question if these children is citizen or they have a Jewish citizenship. And Roberts laid out nice. So I get my information to go out there and to defend. So the proper information I get this morning listening to Anna Roberts because we all know Gonzalo and Dr. Rowley's friends. We all know that. So what Anna Roberts say there? He put the icing on the cake. I call on the Minister of Works. Ronan Senan sit down there 9 years. You must find something on him. You must call in your special people and them. Let them go through the paperwork in the Ministry of Works. It is time for we to go after our political opponents. It is time for we to see them locked up. And it is time for we to take the evidence what we have to the police and force the police to do the law, do what is right. We cannot allow these 5 years to pass where we didn't see Ronan Sinan answer to this country about the Cabo Star. We need to find out what takes place in Tobago. Why the Tobago from Trinidad bridge, the sea bridge was shut down for almost 2 months. The Ministry of Works must do that proper investigation. I am also calling because we have to follow the money. We have to go after the money. I am also calling on the Minister of Energy. You must find something inside there on Stuart Young. You must find something inside there on Stuart Young. You have to follow the money. It is time for we to be brave. Any police that's working for we remove them and send them somewhere else because we get a mandate to go after the PNM. We get a mandate to make sure that the PNM locked up. And I am saying this, what Anna Roberts come out here, it is a little inspiration to know that yes, and it has more corruption there in the AGC under the last 9 years in the PNM. So I am saying as I close, I am calling on all the ministers and them. We need to, Kadisha, you need to find out what Faris do there in that local government for the last 5 years, last 4 years, he was there. You need to do this for them. We have to go after our political opponent, vicious, hungry, greedy. We don't care. Find something, anything. Just find something, anything in our song. We need to see them for them in handcuff. It's going to boost your next chance for winning the election forthwith outright. So, Anna this morning, I get my information. I get tools to fight. I get ammunition to fight. You feed me ammunition. I'm going out there to fight now.
I'm very serious. I'm looking for that sponsorship to go out there, St. Vincent. It will be very important. The 1% media will do that. Mark Bossa and them will organize and investigate back whole thing with Anil, trying to think. But I won't go St. Vincent. I'm asking you, the loyal listeners, for that opportunity. For yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio to go St. Vincent, meet with the opposition and make aware the people of St. Vincent of the dishonesty of their Prime Minister, his wife, his son, himself as a leader, and brought in their own daughter. My God, my God.
Oh Lord. No!
Bang, 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 bang.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andy.
Good morning to you.
How are you? Calling from Canada here. I am willing to put 100 Canadian towards your ticket.
Thank you very much. You see, that is how we talking about. $100 towards
Joel from Live Chat is there.
Nice. Send my message. Send my message. So I'll call you back. Look how it starts.
Okay.
Anybody else? Help me to go St. Vincent. Olia, remember I told you, if Olia grant me the opportunity and Olia help sponsor your should the Pitbull radio ticket and wherever you have to stay, Olia, that going to have a serious rippling effect throughout St. Vincent and Trinidad and Tobago, you know. That going to put mainstream PNM media, 1% media, in the shame, you know. I ask you all, help me to go St. Vincent. Help me. My God is telling me, all year, there's going to be a nail in the coffin at the PNM and all of them after. After that, so long as only do that, and I cross those waters, many other things that the PNM do going to be unveiled. This is a barrier that I'm asking you all to help me break.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Andy?
Go ahead, Miss Santa Cruz.
Good morning again. Before you go, Antigua, start with finding the house that Eloise says she doesn't own. It's written on the thing that I sent for you.
All right. Before I go St. Vincent, not Antigua. St. Vincent.
Yeah, before you go there, sorry. Right? Start with that. Before you get your plane ticket. Find out, and on the declaration, she says she don't own any houses in Trinidad. Right? See if you find that house first.
Yes.
And start from there.
I will do that. Find the house.
Yeah.
Take a picture.
Find the house. Yeah.
Do a video.
Yeah. Yes. Roving reporter. Yes. Find out if she owned the house. Like when all they went to Tobago. Right? Find out if she owned the house. And then probably could check whatever documents or whatever to see if she really owned the house. Right? But I know Anil tell us already she owned the house.
And he wouldn't talk that just so.
Let everybody see the house that she owned.
Exactly. And he wouldn't talk that under the privilege. Remember, he had no parliament privilege there.
Anil know he know what he's talking about. He know what he's talking about. Because he had to do good research in order to come up to find that. He had to do it. That is why it took so long. He had to do good research. Right? So you find the house now and you show everybody the house and ask Eloise if this property belongs to her. And why did she lie on the declaration form? If she owns it, why did she lie on the declaration form? Right? So start with that first, Andy. While you're waiting on your ticket.
I will.
Bang, 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 bang.
So to all of you that are locked on, if you are willing to be part of the sponsored Start With Canada and $100 towards myself, and I will want to accompany Lennox Smith with Lennox Smith alongs. You all send the appropriate amount. Please, if you are willing to do that, text me at the same 366-3053 and make a pledge now. Well, let me be the iron while it hot, eh? Whether in Trinidad, whether outside there, let's be the iron while it hot. Because today, I'm going to look for that house of Prime Minister Rav Gonsalves' wife. I'm going to locate that house. I'm going to also Get all the information. I'm going to talk to Arnold Roberts. And then I'm going to really want to head to St. Vincent. I'm going to today to get the opposition leader of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Phone number. And I'll be going across there with all the relevant information. For the opposition. Now we have to do it in person. Some people say do that. No. No. All the relevant information to go to various media houses across there. I ask you all, sponsor me. You all when you get it. Send something small. Pledge something small. I will let you all know all what come in towards ticket and accommodations. I'll go there for at least 2 days. I'll even, while things running here, go live while being there and all. Yes, that's why I will call with the security. That's why I will be meeting with the opposition, deal with the opposition. Whereby the opposition now will make sure when it comes to security that I'll be alright. I know Chupadi. So again, make that pledge. Well, let's send me a man. I really want to go. Text and make that pledge on 366. Not online there, yeah. People senior Joel. Mohan. So make that pledge. Just text me and I will ring you all back. All who make that pledge to just sponsor that trip. Text. Just text 366-3053, the WhatsApp number. And the I pledge and so. When I see that, I'm going to call you all to make arrangements to receive the pledge. Yes, Premraj, and the Pitbull, be careful out there, bro. I know that. I'll make sure I put everything in place. Oh, boy. Manga say, Andy, I don't trust Ralph either. When people can be like that. And as a prime minister, he can be very powerful. But here it is. That is the chance that yours truly, the Pitbull of radio, have to take. I know my God. What is to be is to be. But it will be a breakthrough for the ground report. It will be a breakthrough for the government of Trinidad and Tobago, and it will be a breakthrough for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Trust me. So long as we do that and we pull through with this program even going further up the ladder. This program will end up bigger than mainstream media. PNM mainstream media that not going and send Vasan. We name Basamak man. Mark Basamak Basant. They ain't go send he or none of them or they will investigate them thing they. Remember I told you that. Kill all your partner, kill all your brother. I beg of you the opportunity to go. Text me. Text me that you're going and pledge. I'm going to call you back. And let me put this thing together as soon as possible. All I win lose, but all I don't worry about that. God go protect me, man. Don't worry. So again, after close off, it'll be great if you all send enough that I can organize and have Lennox Smith with me there. Or if you all pledge enough that can happen. Each and every one of you all could have choose anywhere else or any other program to lock on to. But you all choose the Ground Report. Right here on the various social media platforms. Real Media TT Facebook, Real Media TT YouTube, Cordo Transformation YouTube, 648 Television on YouTube, The Ground Report on YouTube, and all the other people that are sharing and making sure hundreds of you lock on when the day come. I look forward to you all pledge. Text 366-3053. If you have WhatsApp, WhatsApp it. If you don't have WhatsApp, just text it normal. Let's beat the iron while it's hot. St. Vincent, St. Vincent, here I come with the help of you, the people.
Bang, 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 bang.
Don't forget tonight, Cordo Transformation with yours truly, Lennox Smith. On behalf of the Ground Report team, I'm Andy Williams, better known as the Pitbull of radio. Until tomorrow morning, please God, same time, same place, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Please text me. Don't forget your pledge. We are out of here.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.